Hi all, and welcome back to Harry's Big Shed. This is the first episode we've done in a long while. I think it's been over 12 months because I've really just been dragging my heels on all sorts of other stuff, and with lockdowns in and out and in and out. I picked up a bit of work. Max has been giving me a few things to do, but this is the first job I'm doing for this year, and it's a big one. This is Zach. You haven't met Zach previously. He's my younger son. You've met Abe. You've seen Abe on a couple of our other episodes where we were working on the engine swap of the Patrol. And the reason Zach is here today, because up until March of this year, he had no interest in cars whatsoever. But he went out and bought himself this fantastic little jalopy, which, when we went to have a look at it, let's be honest, I said to him there and then, mate, I think you're paying for a really expensive body kit and a wrap, and the rest of the car's coming for free, and you never get more than you paid for. So to that end, it took me a couple of months to get it all roadworthy and working properly and safe, and then it was in Zach's capable hands for all of 4 weeks, and he's blown the engine up. So we are going down the route of doing a complete engine replacement in this vehicle, and let me talk you through some of the rationale when deciding to go in the direction we have. One, Zach has only held his license for a little bit over 6 months, so he's actually on power to weight restrictions, which means we can't do an LS swap in this vehicle for another 3.5 years. So we're going to be replacing the blown up LLT with another LLT. So what was it about this particular car, Zach, that made you go absolutely crazy to put your money where your mouth is and make the purchase? Even though we knew mechanically it was going to be a dud.
Well, I think that it just speaks for itself, and all the mechanical stuff's your job, so.
Right, yeah, thank you very much. So anyone looking at the front of this car, basically it has got effectively a full Maloo body kit on it, which does raise a lot of eyebrows when they see Zach driving around and it's got the P plate on it, because he ain't allowed to drive a Maloo, but basically it's an SV6 VE Series 1 with a full body kit. So someone has thrown the GDP of a small third world nation on making it look really pretty, and then they drove it like an absolute yutz, and they've blown all sorts of stuff up. I know this vehicle is now currently on its it's at least the 3rd diff, if not the 4th. It's already had its 2nd engine put in it. So what I decided to do, because Zach calls me up one day and goes, "Oh Dad, the car's not running too good." And I went, well, you know what, let's just leave it until we get to have a look at it. And anyway, got home, started it up, shut it straight off, put it on a tow truck, brought it out to the shed here, and got the scanner out and ran a whole bunch of tests. So at this point in time, we don't actually know whether it's a head gasket. I did do a full compression test, and the cylinders on the left-hand side, all 3 of them are way down on compression. So there are a number of things we could do. I could start pulling this engine apart, go, yep, great, it is just a head gasket, in which case we'd have to do both, and do that. The only issue with that is, because we know the guy that owned it previously had an unbelievably hard, or gave the car an incredibly hard time, I don't know whether replacing the heads is then going to bring the compression up that high. It's going to blow out the rings or do other damage to the bottom end. So I haven't even cracked this engine open. I'm really not interested in it. I made a whole bunch of phone calls. Second-hand engines for these cars are going through the roof. I've been hit at anywhere up to $4,500 for a second-hand engine. So what I've decided to do is get a complete, what we call a changeover engine. So rebuilt bottom end, the heads have been redone, valves have been reground. So effectively we're going to start with a 0-timed engine instead of an engine that may have 150 to 180,000 Ks on it already. And this way, young Zach here should get years and years of trouble-free motoring, because if he doesn't, I'm going to wrap it around his head. You know, I love you like a son, but I'm going to hang to you if you blow this engine up, okay? Because as you'll see, it's not a quick, easy job. There's a whole lot of bits that have to come out, and it's probably going to take us a good few days to get it done. I got a call from the engine builder only yesterday to say that the engine is ready to be collected, so I told them I'd do that at the start of next week. We'll get this prepped and ready to go, so we'll get everything out, and that way when the new engine comes here, it should just be a case of unbolting all the ancillaries off this one, putting it on that one, and just walking it through.
Where are we keeping this?
Just put them on this stage. Oh my God! Look at that! And you're doing it up again. Remember, anti-clockwise. Also, have a look. Have a look, have a look, have a look. Which spanner's longer?
That one.
Which is going to give you better leverage?
This one. This is in stock.
Let's not discuss the secret contraption or any of the other stupid crap that this car has on it. Come on! My goodness!
Do you want to push this up so that we can just...
Well, that's... Does that make it easy for you?
Yes.
Okay. You can put you pulling the bolt out? Yeah. Okay. Put them both on the arm of the hoist. Come back here. All right, now you hold that end of the muffler. Hold that end of the end of the muffler. No, where can you put those? That's right. Okay, you got that? Cool. Anything's wrong right now. One, you're using the open end of a spanner when clearly you can get a ring on it, right? A ring gives you much better purchase around the nut, okay? Secondly, you're using the short spanner, so that's an exhaust bolt. That's gonna be tight as all hell, right? So you put the ring on it, you know anti-clockwise, yes? Which way's anti-clockwise? Actually, show me which way's anti-clockwise. No, just point. Just point. Anti-clockwise is which way? This way.
Yeah, that way.
Because alright, look at that.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. There you go. And where should the other spanner in your hand go? That a boy.
I wasn't on camera though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My bike taught me a hell of a lot.
Last weekend we did a swing arm replacement, a new chain and sprockets on a Suzuki GSXR 1000. Abe decided he wanted a bright yellow sports bike for his birthday and didn't realise there was that much work involved. Because we just can't be like normal people. Like normal people, they just go to a dealership, they go, yeah, I want that new car, here's my old POS, what's the money, changeover, yep, let's do it. No, not us. Not me and my boys. We got to buy someone else's deck and go, we can make this better. But look how much fun we have working together. You having fun yet?
Yeah.
You want to let your face know about it?
Yeah.
I reckon if all we get done this episode is get the exhaust out, we've done really well.
That's good because
my
you
God,
got the
this
new
is
exhaust again.
Well, we've got, that's right. So the guy who owned this car before, he was just, I don't know, some frustrated engineer mechanic. And he decided, even though it's a V6 car, he decided to chop up the exhaust out of a V8 one of these and put that in. And then he gave it some stupid crackle, pop and fart tune, which I'm sure that didn't help either. Okay, now you're doing it up again. And the bolt's fitting on this side.
Oy vey. Oy. Oy.
Alright. There, now hold the end of the muffler. Just hold the end. There you go. Alright. Hey, do you want to go for lunch?
Yeah, I do actually. What's the time?
Who cares? You got here, it was 11 o'clock.
That's Zach's fault.
The day's half over. Listen, I should be calling you after 9 o'clock in the morning and having you go, oh, thanks for waking me up there. Alright, pop that on the floor. Alrighty, we've been working on the gearbox, getting the clutch disconnected and the cross member out. We've got the exhaust out, and the kids were having a bit of a hard time getting the bolts at the top of the gearbox out. So what we've decided to do is actually walk the whole lot out the front. So you can see we've pulled the front bar off, headlights are out, because this whole radiator support bolts will come out. So we're going to pull a couple more bits off this, we'll drain the fluid, pull the radiator out, and get cracking on getting the engine mounts undone. We've got to get all the electricals undone. So there's still a long way to go before we even get this out of the car, before we can even start thinking about how we're going to get the new one in. So that's all the red support done. So just 1, 2. I can feel it moving. Yep. So I'm gonna put them in the bag.
Put it in the bag.
Should Hey, what are those 4 bolts off? Oh, they're from here. It's all good. All good. Okay. Yep. Alright, so now we should just be able to pull this forward. There we go. You caught on anything? That's not anything. Hold on. Change. There we go. Whoa.
There is a clip
Just
Grab me the small screwdriver, please, Aid. That's for all you. You're done with that. Come on, you shit.
it's off.
It's off. Beautiful. So the boys and I have spent
All day.
a few hours. No, it wasn't all day because you kids can't wake up at a reasonable hour. So we've spent a fair bit of time today basically just getting the whole front of the car off, gearbox unbolted, that's all just sitting there. We've just got the cross member cinched in. So when we come back, we're going to start making sure we get all our electrical connections disconnected and the engine mounts undone, so that we should be able to rock the engine and gearbox back a little and then just walk the whole lot out the front this way. But in the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Again, I'm sorry it's been so long. I haven't just been sitting on my backside doing nothing, but you know, I just don't think I've been doing anything that would really excite you. If you do enjoy my videos, hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell for notification. You've got to press all notifications, otherwise you only get some of them. And if you've got any questions, put them down in the comments, and we will see you next time in Harry's big shed.